output, unfortunately, is suffering from the agri sector where we are strongest, is suffering in the hands of the insecurity, because farmers generally are not as productive as they should be all over the country. And this is because the security index is very poor. We must encourage the security agencies, especially the military. They are doing a commendable job. I believe that we as citizens should find ways to compliment them, even if it is by passing to them credible intelligence. Those who are on the front, pass credible intelligence to them so that they will be able to strike accurately. I believe that our biggest worry now is security. Farmers, even in places where we are not hearing of insurgency, we are hearing of kidnapping. And kidnapping makes everybody also jittery. So, rumors of kidnapping makes everybody jittery. And I believe government is trying, and all of us have a role to play. When we see strange faces, we should report.
Okay.
And
Your Excellency, please allow me to interrupt you. Yeah, we will touch on security, no doubt. But let's still stick with the economy for now. You know, many Nigerians are experiencing hardship, and this administration has also, agreed to the fact that, the hardship that citizens are facing is there. And with time, maybe it will be relief. But up until now, this administration will be celebrating its third year in office coming 29 thereabout. And the hardship is still there. Looking at, in your view now, do you think there is a disconnect between the policy of this administration, the unification of the naira, the removal of fuel subsidy, and the reality on ground that the average Nigerian is facing day by day?
I don't think there is a disconnect as such. But is it what they are trying to do, we should understand and appreciate. The prices are coming down physically.
We should appreciate at the detriment of the hardship being faced by the citizens. We should understand.
The hardship will go overnight. And that we should all recognize. The hardship will not go overnight. But yes, government should do more. Do more to bring the hardship down. But it will not go overnight. And we have to understand it, we have to appreciate it.
Do more in what sense? What immediate step do you think the government should be taking to ease the burden?
I think government, though I am not a fan of palliatives, but we have to do it. We have to do palliatives but not palliatives in the straight way that we are doing it, asking people to collect those. And I think government should be more constructive about how to inject palliatives. Reasonably, there must be palliatives. The palliatives, I believe, can be through institutions like educational institutions like institutions of worship and so on. We must bring in palliatives.
Well, when you look at the subsidy removal itself and the gains, this administration has made it clear that, oh, the governors are getting more money, oh, they are not borrowing to pay salaries anymore. From your perspective, and as a former governor, looking at the current state of things, do you think the state governors are doing enough to complement the efforts of the federal government in economic development? Are they?
I cannot say they are doing enough. I cannot say they are not doing enough, because I don't really know the extent of buoyancy in the subnational economies. I believe that we should encourage every government to do more, find constructive ways of meeting the citizens along the trajectories of their things, and do more to help the people. Yes, I would say more can still be done, but I won't say whether it is enough or not, because I don't pass judgments without evidence.
Okay, that's quite understandable. You don't see the books though, it's fine. But let's talk about the democratic institution now, and let's start with Nigeria's democracy. Some have accused this administration of, luring Nigeria into a one-party state. We look at the political landscape of the country right now. Over 31 states is under the ruling of the All Progressive Congress (APC). Some of it was never at the polls. Some are as a result of defections and all. From your understanding of Nigeria's democracy, are we regressing, or we are having a stronger democracy in place? How would you describe it?
I would say, to be honest, we are regressing. We are on the reverse. And what causes it is very simple. Going into so many political parties will not help. It will never help democracy. If Nigeria has limited itself to 3 parties, we probably will be getting it better now, completely. But 21 political parties or whatever number will only create opportunism, and this opportunism drives all the movement from one party to the other, because the people are looking for soft grounds for profitability. I believe that we should review the number of political parties and the process of political party formation and registration, and talk fairly and squarely to ourselves. Do we need 21 political parties? Some of these parties will hardly campaign. If they get 1,000 votes in a federal election, it will only be by people making mistakes to vote for them. So when we call that democracy, we are already corrupting the democracy itself, all by ourselves. We give unnecessary because we think, we must freedom. There can't be freedom that will be so absolute, and it cannot be controlled.
Well, Chief, from your perspective now, you are definitely against the one-party state, but looking at the multi-party system we are also running is also an issue for you. Recently, INEC
Yeah,
increased the number of political parties in the country by registering two other new ones, and some have said we don't even have enough.
yeah.
What do you think we should trim to?
I believe we should put a process in place to evaluate and weed political parties progressively every year based on the performance in the rounds of elections that year. We should weed political parties, and then we should set the standards. This is the minimum percentage votes that a party must score in a national election to justify its being a political party for the next year. We should put those standards in place so that everybody will know it, and those who are not measuring to it will know they are not measuring to it.
But what if someone argues that that's not democracy? That's not what democracy says. That's not the tenet of it.
I don't think we can take democracy in absolute terms like you are looking at it. If also a political party is acceptable to the people, it will reflect in the number of people that are voting for it. And if a political party is not acceptable to the people, continuously not acceptable, should we also say that it is democracy, that it will just waste the resources of the nation by being called political parties? No, that is not democracy also. So, it is a government of the people by the people. The people will determine whether the party will stay or go, because they will vote for it or not vote for it. Therefore, we should not be afraid to take hard decisions. Once we set the criteria for it and we collect data and do the evaluations and we are seen to be transparent, I believe that transparency is also an aspect of democracy that we should try to emphasize.
Well, I do understand your point, but as well, oftentimes when a major political figure decomes to another, even smaller political party, they sometimes bring their weight and push the party into national prominence or state-wise. You know, you have done that before when you contested the last governorship election in Ekiti State. You left the PDP and joined up with the SDP, and you put up a good show, though you didn't win that election. Now, the ADC is witnessing some influx of some other political figures, the likes of Atiku Abubakar, Roka Kwanso, and all of a sudden, ADC is becoming a national opposition to the All Progressive Congress APC. If people flooring or if people's influx into political party can bring parties into prominence, you know, do you think it's ideal to now say because of their last show in the last election, INEC should look for a way to deregister them because they didn't meet this standard? Your response to this?
The political parties are about people. It is people. And we should recognize the fact that the people should determine who they love and who they do not, which parties they love and which they don't. It is about people. When you say some big wigs are moving to some parties, yes, but that is in their names. People of the street will now have to accept or reject them. And that is democracy. if you put the heavyweight somewhere and people believe that they are not comfortable with their with their direction, they would reject them. And of course, the results at the elections will show what is positive and what is not. I don't believe that we should be afraid to take the hard decisions. Once we set out the rules, and people know that if you are a political party, you did not achieve X% of total votes in a federal election, because all political parties are national. In the federal elections, in say 2 consecutive voting rounds, you are gone. Once you know it, you should then know that yes, you have the chance of making your party go or stay. I believe that we are too afraid to take the right decisions, and some people will always stay on the line to blackmail to say it is not them. Democracy is about freedom, and the freedom is denominated in the people, in the actions of the people, the real people at the grassroots, the voters.
Okay. Now, Your Excellency, looking at the structure of Nigeria political landscape now, the ADC seems to be another major political party, major opposition party to the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. I'd like to know, what party do you belong to now? I understand you are now with the APC, I guess?
I belong to APC.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed or afraid to say it.
That's fine. Now, looking at the coalition now, and the fact that it continues to be on the rise, they are swelling in numbers and figures, looking at key political figures who are, defecting to the ADC. How concerned are you?
I'm not concerned. Most of the time I smile. Most of them, the big wigs, have had an opportunity of running their political parties properly, and they did not. They allow it to slip off their fingers. Now, setting up new political parties when some political parties die or they are on the deathbed is not as far as I'm concerned, is not an achievement. The main achievement should have been to manage those political parties that died properly enough so that they are not pushed to their deathbeds. Problems of management still exist, and we must face it. The way political parties are managed is not optimal. I believe that parties should be thinking about how to form and how to manage. And even now, I think the APC should be looking at that, looking over their own shoulders to say, we must know why these guys folded up their own political parties and never allow ourselves to get into the situation where we become like them.
Okay.
Management is weak.
Okay.
And when we say it, some of us have been saying it and we mean it. Management of political parties is weak. And the result is what you are seeing. So when a political party, 2, 3, 4 political parties are folding up, and the big shots there coming together, in a grandiose session to announce the birth of a new political party. What the people should ask is, what made them partyless in the first instance before they become hopefuls in another terrain? They should have been able to see it coming, and we saw it coming. So, if political parties are not properly managed, is it management of political parties? There are political parties in South Africa that the ANC is over a century years old. And why are we not learning from there? Why are we not trying to find out what parties do to be viable and to retain the confidence of their members? Why do people act arrogantly when they have the reins of power in a small enclave? Because a political party is a small enclave. Nigeria is the real enclave. Why do people not take into consideration ways and means of judging the feelings of their own members early enough before they allow it to spiral into frustrations? So, I believe that we must deregister parties that are not performing in elections, because many of them are privately owned and put in the pockets of those who registered them, and they never left those pockets. We must also not be too carried away by the noise of people coming together to form new political parties, because many of them had had the opportunities of managing their previous parties right. If they will bring their lessons to their new parties, good luck to them.
Okay. While responding to this question earlier, you talked about, you belong to the APC and you are not shy from being associated, with it. I'm asking, what could have prompted you to respond in that manner? Are you ashamed by the level of hardship that the APC have brought?
No, I'm just telling you that I am a member of the APC, pure and simple.
Okay, that's it. Now, let's look at the issue of you returning to the APC. What influenced that decision of yours?
My decision to return to the APC is because I went elsewhere and I could compare what I got in. I will be frank with you, I've been a member of 3 political parties in present day Nigeria. I've been a member of the PDP, I've been a member of the APC, I've been a member of the SDP. If you ask me on every occasion why I had to leave, I will tell you. And I still believe that my thinking was right. But you will not also continue to run around. You will also make comparisons. Since you are not going to take it in the absolute, we are going to take it in the relative. Relatively, I believe I'm better off, and I believe I'm taking the right decisions.
That's you joining up with the APC.
Hello?
I said that's you joining up with the APC.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will not be taking it in the absolute though, just like the way you have posited earlier. And looking at the political landscape in Ekiti State itself, you contested against the current governor right now, who is seeking re-election as well. And this time around, you have decamped to the APC. That means you will be supporting the man who defeated you in the last governorship election in the state.
Yeah.
What will be your assessment of his administration?
My assessment of what?
Of Governor Abiodun Yebanji's administration.
Well, I would say he's trying his best. I have said it very clearly. The first thing he has done that makes a difference is the fact that he has unified the various leaderships that we have had in the past. I would say that I didn't do that, and nobody else did that before him. We have a situation where the previous leadership of the state are now easily mobilized to support government efforts and ideas, and I think that is a very good strategy by him. We are seeing some flashes of development. People will ask me, is that all? I will say, absolutely not. But it's an improvement. It is an improvement.
Okay, that's good to know. But when you celebrated your 70th birthday, I could recall you saying, oh, you will not get involved in politics anymore. And at the start of this year, you crossed to the All Progressive Congress APC. That's you being part of politics, is it not?
No, I let me make a correction. Please. I never said I would never get involved in politics again. There was never a time I said that.
Oh.
Because if you are in politics to the extent that I have been now, you can't say you will never get involved. Your friends are there. Your proteges are there. Your associates are there. So even if you don't want to contest elections, you will still be involved in politics.
Is that safe to say you are not interested in contesting for the position of the governorship in the state anymore?
Well, I don't think I'm interested again.
Why is that?
I have contested and won. I have contested and lost. And I know the people of the state will also be able to find missing links themselves. I am not a desperate person. And so I have said one thing, which is a caveat that I will not say here.
That could make you return? Or what's that caveat about?
That will make me do anything. I won't state it here.
Okay, that's fine. After all, at 70, you should be providing leadership to the younger ones as well. But do you think it's a result of age that you will not be doing that again?
No, in the age is in the mind. I remember Papa Adashu became governor at 70 plus, and he did well. I am not battling with age. I am definitely not battling with age. I'm lucky that I have relatively good health, but I have been on this terrain since I was 54. I won the first governorship election that I contested. I was lucky. And I knew I won. And I'm happy that people appreciate what happened. So I don't need to make any points any longer. And that is why I have the caveat that I have, which is the caveat that I will keep to myself.
Okay, that's fine. If you are just joining the conversation, we are on to the former governor of Ekiti State, Chief Segun Oni. You can now be a part of the conversation now on 0906 201 1025, 0904 040 1025 are the numbers to be a part of the conversation. Please, when you call, turn down the volume on your radio set for us to have a smooth conversation. The WhatsApp portal is also opened as well. You are free to reach us on it as well on 0906 200 1025. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Olakunle Balogun.
Yes, good morning to you.
Thank you for the good job you are doing there. Eagle will continue to rise, and God will bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, you asked our guest, former governor of Ekiti, about economy, and he said it's stable or whatever. I think I disagree with him, because looking at the inception of this government, 2023 May, removal of subsidy, it has not been well with Nigerians. I'm talking about the downtrodden. You look at the transportation from one state to another. It's not easy. Food, it's not as if this government is investing in agriculture. And you look at the issue of insecurity, naira to dollar. In fact, this government promised us that after the removal of subsidy, they will no longer borrow money. Looking at the huge amount this government has borrowed, you now ask yourself, this is a government that gets God on behalf of local government. As I speak with you now, the local government is not functioning the way it should be functioned. Then why are we deceiving ourselves? As far as I'm concerned, this government is not working. Abdul Wasil is calling from Agorwe.
All right, thank you so much, Wasil. I will allow former governor to respond to you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, good morning to you. Tell us your name and location, please.
It's Emmanuel speaking to you from Ekwe.
Emmanuel, go on, please.
I want to ask the former governor if the president had called him to return to APC, because he called the present governors to return, former governors and people who contested on other platforms to return to APC. A good example is Jando. Number two, your guest said that the economy has stabilized, that investors are coming into the country. But you talked, he ventured into the security sector. Without a secure environment, can we say the economy has stabilized? And in the past 2 years, can you tell us specific investors that have come into Nigeria? Good morning.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. 0906 201 1025. Well, Chief Segun, I will allow you to respond to this when we are done with this topic.
Yeah, first, when I said the economy is stabilizing, I did not paint a utopia. I did not say that all is well. I didn't say that security was, I mentioned security, and I said we should commend the military for what they are doing, but we should encourage them to do more, and that we should support them with reasonable intelligence wherever the need arises. So I have not painted a utopia. I am saying that the exchange rate being stable will tame inflation, and is taming inflation reasonably. For the first time, some prices went up, and they are coming down. We are seeing it even in the marketplace. But if the economy continues to be managed the way it is, it will move forward. Continue to move forward. But we are not saying that all is right. We haven't gotten to the currency level that will give us confidence, absolute confidence in the economy, in our own economy. But I believe we are getting nearer, gradually. We're getting nearer. I also believe that security is impacting on domestic output because we are agrarian. Agri output will almost be impossible where there is no security. So I said it. I did not paint a utopia, and I want everybody to understand that. I'm talking realistically about where we are. Where government is doing well, we should say it. Where government is not doing well, we should say it. Okay?
Okay, let's allow other callers to. Thank you for responding to that. 0906 201 1025, 0904 040 1025 are the numbers to be a part of the conversation still. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to everybody in the studio.
Yes, good morning to you.
I'm Suleiman Hassan. Our guest there, to say your guest, what he has come to tell us on this platform today is very, very...
Your radio set is loud. Turn it down a bit.
Eh?
I'm getting this feedback from you. Turn it down.
Not talking in line with the prospects of the people of this country, rather that of his personality. You understand? He has not been going to all other political parties because he loves people, but because of himself. Somebody like him now telling us that the economy is stable in the country, that we are okay in the country. After almost 4 years now, the people have been suffering, they cannot eat, staggering in the road. Let him come, let him stand so low and see what is happening in the country. And in fact, it is pathetic for somebody like him to talk like that. Already look at enemy, and they are focusing that they would like to contest for that political party.
All right. Thank you so much, Prince Sulaiman, for your contribution. But you must also note, I'm sure you are a Yoruba man. Ilu Gogoni. It backs you and it faces you as well. And a dissenting voice is welcome on the show. And like the former governor said, he has not painted an El Dorado. Hello, good morning. Sorry about that. 0906 201 1025, 0904 040 1025 are the numbers. Well, Chief Chegoni, please. I'd like to let's touch on the issue of security now. Looking at the way it has been on the rise, and even recently, Senate President Godswill Akpabio said all of this will be over after the 2027 general election, saying this is the work of the distractors of Mr. President. And a lot of people, will differ on this particular one, saying insecurity, since over a decade now, is something that Nigeria has continued to battle. And right now, it's not just about Boko Haram, now banditry, kidnapping, People even making business out of this. Is the government doing enough to tackle this? And just recently, they de-radicalized over 700, ex Boko Haram terrorist members. They gave that, they graduated from the Operation Safe Corridor as well, saying, is this the right approach? Your say on this?
I want to advise the government should not be too much in a hurry to assimilate people who are proving terrorists into the system. Because they are assimilating them into the system is a risk. Many of them are addicted to what they are doing. And of course, because what they are doing also yields economic benefit, it makes the addiction strong. If you take them to any rehabilitation center and release them again to the society, they will go back to crime. It is not an addiction that is so easy to overcome. So, we must be very, very cautious. I don't see much prospect in getting so many in, and if they will be in, they should be where they will be closely watched, and where they can be closely watched.
Do you think this de-radicalization process should be suspended, at least until the war is won?
I would not say that, but I want to say that the process could be such that before a clean bill of health is issued, it is very, very, very absolute, and the people who are issuing it can put their hands on their chest and say, this guy is not likely to ever go back to crime.
Okay, you as a former governor, there is always this prerogative of mercy, and that is after someone has gone through the justice system, eventually sentenced as well, convicted for whatever crime it is, and as a result of serving his or her term, the person be of good behavior, their recommendation, and the governor sometimes sign, this prerogative of mercy. Do you think the issue of de-radicalizing ex-terrorists, bandits, and all, shouldn't it go through the legal and the judicial framework first before saying, you have one Operation Safe Corridor somewhere? What does that say about our justice system against, people that have taken arms against the states?
I agree with you absolutely. We are always creating new channels all the time. New channels should be used. If there is a process before for prerogative of mercy, we should use the process. We should not just be creating absolute detours all the time.
So with that now, would you align that maybe the de-radicalization process should be suspended for the prerogative of mercy?
I'm not saying suspended. I'm saying aligned properly. And you can still operate both.
Why are you against the word suspended?
Suspended means do nothing about it for now. But we can still be doing something about it and be seen to be doing something about it and create the right atmosphere to get things done.
Okay. Chief Olusegun Oni, I want to appreciate you for your time with us on Frontline. Your parting shot as we go this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for your time with us, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Well, the network acted up at the very start, but it's the end that justify all of it all. I am Olakunle Balogun. Thanks so much for being a part of today's edition of Frontline. Bye-bye and have a beautiful midweek.
You sabi do this hairstyle or not? Hello, madam. No, they use me watch film now.
Customer, no vex. I dey learn the style for you